Grand Slam champion Li Na praises Alex Eala's potential at a glance. In an interview with Tennis Asia TV, the 43-year-old two-time Grand Slam champion shared her thoughts on the rising star, who was part of her squad at the MGM Macau Tennis Masters exhibition event. Chinese tennis great Li Na has high hopes for Alex Eala as the Filipina continues her blossoming career on the Women's Tennis Association Tour. In an interview with Tennis Asia TV, the 43-year-old two-time Grand Slam champion shared her thoughts on the rising star, who was part of her squad at the MGM Macau Tennis Masters exhibition event. "I really love her personality. She's played well, she's so young, and she's already gained a lot of experience. I believe she can do much, much better," Li said. Li, who reached a career-high singles ranking of world number 2 before retiring in 2014, also recalled her first time competing at the Australian Open, where Eala is expected to make her main draw debut in the said Grand Slam next month. "I remember the first time I was playing the third round against Maria Sharapova in the Rod Laver Arena. I was so nervous. I couldn't even walk on the court," she said. "Even after finishing the match, back to the locker room, I was like, oh, match is finished," she added. Team Li Na, which was also composed of Hugo Humbert and Jerry Shang, fell to Team Conchita Martinez that had world number 9 Mira Andreeva, Wu Yibing and Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. Eala and Shang first teamed up and lost to the male pair of Fokina and Wu, 7-5, 7-6, 1, on Saturday, December 7th, before the Filipina yielded to Andreeva, 6-4, 6-2, in the singles on Sunday, December 28th. Currently ranked number 53, Eala is scheduled for a busy first 2 months by seeing action in the WTA 250 Auckland ASB Classic on January 5th, the Australian Open on January 19th, and hopefully, the WTA 125 Philippine Open where the country is hosting for the first time on January 26. Greatness in sport often recognizes itself early, not through statistics alone, but through a shared language of struggle, courage, and possibility. When a Grand Slam champion looks across generations and continents and notices a young player's spark, it is rarely accidental. It is intuition honed by years of pressure points and match points, by the long walk from anonymity to history. In this creative reflection, imagine former Grand Slam champion Li Na observing the rise of Alex Eala, and offering praise not as a prediction carved in stone, but as a belief planted like a seed. Li Na's own journey reshaped what was considered possible. She emerged from a system that demanded conformity, learned to negotiate independence, and ultimately stood on the sport's highest stages with an unmistakable voice. Her tennis was fearless, her forehand a declaration, her victories a reminder that paths to greatness are not identical. It is fitting, then, that she would notice a young player whose journey is also marked by courage, Alex Eala, a teenager from the Philippines, carrying the hopes of a nation still learning how loudly it can dream in tennis. From the stands, Li Na would not be watching only the scoreline. She would watch how Eala moves between points, how she absorbs momentum, how she responds when the wind turns against her. Champions read the space between shots. They recognize the quiet decisions, the choice to step inside the baseline after a missed opportunity, the calm breath before a second serve, the patience to build a rally rather than rush it. In Eala's game, Li Na would see a blend of discipline and daring, a left-handed rhythm that disrupts expectations, a willingness to construct points with intention, and a composure that belies her age. What stands out most is not a single stroke but a posture of belief. Potential, to a champion, is not about being flawless. It is about being teachable without being timid. Eala's development has been marked by exposure to elite environments and a hunger to learn, but also by a sense of identity, an understanding of who she is on court. Li Na would appreciate this balance. She knows the danger of becoming a mirror of others' expectations, and the power of staying rooted while growing taller. There is also the weight of representation. For Li Na, every win carried echoes beyond herself. She was playing not only for trophies but for visibility. Alex Eala shoulders a similar, if different, resonance. In a country where basketball courts outnumber tennis courts, her presence at the global level expands the imagination of what young athletes can pursue. Li Na would praise that courage, The bravery of choosing a path without a map, of becoming the example others can follow. She would remind us that pressure can either bend a player or give her shape. Potential is not linear. Lena's career teaches that setbacks are not detours but classrooms. She would likely admire how Eala handles loss, not with excuses, but with curiosity. Does she ask better questions after defeat? Does she return sharper, not hardened? These are the traits that turn promise into longevity. Talent opens the door, resilience keeps it open. In imagining Lena's praise, it would not be extravagant or absolute. Champions are careful with certainty. Instead, her words would be precise, a nod to Eala's court sense, her competitive intelligence, her work ethic. She might speak of the importance of patience, of letting the body and mind mature together. She would emphasize team, trust, and timing, recalling how the right support at the right moment can change everything. Above all, Lena would celebrate the joy of the game. Because potential thrives where joy survives. In Eala's willingness to smile after a hard-fought rally, in her gratitude toward the journey itself, there is fuel that cannot be coached. It is the reason young players endure the grind of travel and training, the reason champions return even when they have nothing left to prove. Praise from a Grand Slam champion is not a crown, it is a compass. It points toward what could be without insisting on what must be. In this imagined exchange across generations, Lena's recognition of Alex Eala's potential is less about prophecy and more about solidarity, a champion acknowledging a spark she knows well. The rest, as tennis always teaches us, will be decided point by point, season by season, by a player brave enough to keep believing when belief matters most.